Hi guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So back in March of 2023, I had visited the Galleria store in Dallas and did some recording while I was there. Well, at the time, I had been working on redesigning some of the rooms in both dollhouses, and I just never used the videos that I recorded of the store that day. Well, since recording this video, the Galleria store has closed and they have opened a new location in an area they call the Shops at Park Lane, which is still in Dallas. This made me nostalgic for the Galleria store, so I decided to share the video now. The disclaimer here is that you will be seeing the Galleria store, but I will be talking about the new store. During the editing of this video, the reminder of change and passage of time was significant. It's like trying to hold on to a memory through a song, a picture, or a place, but this place is now gone. Before I continue any further, I would like to address those of you who have completely lost your American Girl store because of permanent closures. I imagine that losing a store in your area would be very disappointing. Not having the ability to shop for just the right doll and having to rely on the choice of someone else would be frustrating for anyone, but especially for a collector who is sensitive to the nuances of each doll and would be considered a real loss. The permanent store closures for American Girl have been rampant and continual, so obviously it's better to still have a brick and mortar store than to not have one at all. Fortunately, here in the Metroplex, we can still enjoy a hands-on experience and are able to visit the cafe, the doll salon, and the party rooms. In the new location, there's even a 2-story dollhouse facade inside the store where on the first level there is a combination of displays and stock of welly wishers and bitty babies, while the second level houses the salon. The dollhouse can be seen while dining in the cafe as well. The address for the dollhouse is 1986, the same year American Girl dolls were first released. While the new store is fresh and bright, offering unique designs and some timeless nods to the history of American Girl, there is something lacking. According to the Dallas Morning News, they spent an estimated $9 million on the new location. The Galleria store had been there about 15 years, and it was a little over 10,000 square feet larger than the new store. And you can feel it. It's evident from the moment you walk in. So the difference between American Girl and other brands was when going to the American Girl doll store, it was an adventure. It wasn't just going to the store. It was an experience. Going through the front doors, you could see the imagination. The imagination was clearer at the Houston store, which is now closed, versus the Dallas store. But the Dallas store still had some of that energy. The new store lacks a lot of that, and part of it, I think, comes from streamlining everything. Years ago, when you would go to, let's say, Long John Silver's, for an example, you could go to Long John Silver's and you felt like you'd been to an attraction, almost like you'd been on a ride. Now you see less and less ingenuity and creativity and more unoriginal, minimal, bland, uniform brick and mortar businesses. Whether it's a restaurant, a clothing store, or a doll store, we've lost what was once curious wonder and replaced it for ordinary. The new store isn't boring, but it's not the same level as the old store either. This is also just my opinion, so it doesn't carry much weight. But for me, it's the end of an era. For those who have never visited an American Girl doll store, they won't miss what they've never experienced. But for those of us who have seen the giant walls filled with dozens and dozens of dolls lined up in a row, or elaborate displays that are playfully designed, making it nearly impossible not to buy every playset or accessory, the new store just doesn't cause that same feeling. For me, it was a bit of a disappointment. I was really excited to see the new store, but once there, I was surprised at the direction they had decided to go with. I'm not sure what I had imagined it would be, but it was not what I had expected. It was smaller, with less of everything. My husband asked me if I wanted to video the new store. I declined. My heart just wasn't in it. Since my visit, I've watched some fellow AGTubers, and I'll add a link to their videos in the description. They loved the new store, and you may feel the same way. Check out their videos to see what you think. They did a great job showing everything, and it all looks pretty good. I just can't help think about the other store and how different it was. Change is hard, for me at least. I think the couple of things that I'll miss most is the space that they once had for larger displays and the location. The new store is in a more congested area that is much more difficult to get to, which means I probably won't be visiting that store as often, but we'll see. I hope while you're listening that you're enjoying the last video that I'll ever upload from the Galleria store. I think you'll definitely see the contrast between the two stores when you watch the other YouTubers' videos. The new store is certainly fresher than the old store, so you'll probably really enjoy that aspect. I hope that you'll share your thoughts with me in the comments and let me know how you feel about this video and what you think of the new store versus the old one. Here's one of those walls I was talking about earlier with dozens and dozens of dolls. There's only a little bit left of our final tour of the Galleria store in Dallas. Enjoy! If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.